Good evening everyone. I am Hashan Nanayakkar. So far we learned the theory of square root. How to find the square root of certain square numbers as well as the product of two square numbers. Today I am going to teach you how to find the square root of square numbers using prime factorization. Okay, let's start. Our first, square root part 2, I am going to find square roots using finding the square root, finding the square roots using prime factorization. Okay, suppose a sum like this: 144. Or we say what? 144. Now I am going to factorize 144. Okay, what is the least prime number? General knowledge we learned in previous sessions, and that is the only even prime number. What is that? 2. 2 is the only even prime factor, and that is the least prime factor of all the prime factors. And 144 is an even number, so definitely it is divisible by 2. So 144 by 2 means 72. If you do the long division, 2 times 7, 14 times 2. I think I teach you short division as well. So we will think of how to find the values with short division. Again we can divide this by 2. By how? 7 means 2 times 3. And 3 times 2 is 6. And 6 to 7, the gap is 1. Gap is 1. 1 and 2 together 12. 2 times 6. So if we divide 72 by 2, we get 36. 36 is also an even number. Again we can divide it by 2. 2 times 1 is 2, and only 1 2 is there in 3. 1 times 2 is 2, means the gap is 1. So we have to write 1 front of 6. So 1 and 6 together 18. 2 times 8 is 60. Okay. If we divide 36 by 2, 2 times 1, 60. That means 8. We get the same value. 3 means 2 times 1, 2. Okay. There's 1, 2 here. 1 times 2, 2. So the gap is 1. 1 and 6 together 60. There are 8 such 2's. Again we can divide by 2. How many 2's are there in 18? 2 times how much? 9. Okay, so there are 9 2's in 18. 9 is not an even number. So we have to think about the next prime factor. After 2, what is the next prime factor? 3. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes. So 9 divided by 3 means 3, and 3 itself can be divided by 3. Until 1 we have to keep on dividing the number by its prime factors from the smallest to the biggest. Now we can write 144 as a product of prime factors. 2 times 2 times, 2 times, 2 times, 3 times and 3. Now I am going to pair these like this. So 144 can be written like 2 square times 2 square times 3 square. So square root of 144 means square root of 2 square times 2 square times 3 square. We can break it 2 square times 2 square times 3 square. So it is 2 times 2 times 3. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12. 12 is the answer. This is how we can find bigger number with prime factorization. Okay, first we factorize this. Then I paired this. 142 means 2 square times 2 square times 3 square. Then now we want to find square root. So square root of 144 means the square root of this product. Then we can break it. Right, in earlier sums we can break it. So I break 2 squared different from this 2 squared and 3 squared. So the 3 figures, 3 squares, I break it into 3 parts. Okay, we can do it like that. Because when there's multiplication sign, this is equal to like this. For an example, 36 times 4 means 6 squared times 2 squared. So we can write it as 6 squared times 2 squared like this. That is how we have to do this. Hence it is 6 times 2. Two more sums. (196). We want to find the square root of 196. First we will factorize this. First by 2. 2 is the least prime factor. 2 times 9 is 80. 80 into 19, gap is what? 16 means 2 times 8. Same as here, we can divide by 2. How many 2's are there in 9? 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 to 9, the gap is what? 18. 2 times 9. If we divide 98 by 2, 2 times 4 is 8. Difference is what? So here we get 49. Can we divide 49 by 3? Next prime factor. Can't, na? Neither from 5 nor from 3. What is the next prime number? 7. So 7 is a factor of 49, and we can divide 49 by 7. The answer is 7. Again we can divide by 7 until 1 we have kept on dividing. So this is equal to, okay, 2 times 2 times 7 times 7. 2 square times 7 square. 2 square times 7 square separately. So 2 times 7 means 40. We get 40. Next figure. Next is 484. Okay, we have wanted to find square root of 484. Divide by 2. Least prime factor. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4. There are 2 2's in 4, there are 4 2's in 8, there are 2 2's in 4. Again we can divide by 2. 1 2, no remainder. How many 2's? 2 2's, no remainder. 2 divided by 2 means 1. Now we can divide 121 by 11. We get 11. 11 times 11 is 100. So this is how we factorize. First we have to factorize. First we have to divide 484 by 2. 2 times 2, 4. No remainder. So it comes 4. Again no remainder 4. That's how we get this. No remainder means here no. Here also no. 0 and 8 together 8, 0 and 4 together 4. Here also no remains, that is why. If it is 1, then we have to, it will be 80. As there is 0, we can keep the 8 the way it is. Okay, same as 242. How many 2's? 1, no remainder. 4 means 2 times 2, no remainder. 2 means 2 times 1. Then we can divide by 11. 11 times 11 is 2. So we can write this as 2 times 11 times 11. This means 2 squared times 11 squared. So it will be 2 squared times 11 squared like this. So 2 times 11. Answer is 22. Square root of 484 means 22. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you very much.